Alright, guys, so I had the uh, chapter 3 of Ecclesiastes, and so basically, for this chapter, it's a time for everything, is what it's talking about. So basically, anything from being born to war and time and peace. For war and peace, basically, I think the point of this is to know that it's not up to us for what happens to us. I guess I think everything is planned out, and everything that God does is perfect, and everything that God has planned for us is going to happen. And it says that in verse 14, I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing taken from it. God does it so that people will fear Him. So everything that God does has a purpose, and it will always happen, regardless of what we think that we can do. Especially verses 2 through 8, when it talks about a time for something. I think that's important for us, because I think a lot of people don't know when there should be peace, and people, especially with war, people are against war. But even God says that there is a time for war, and so him saying that, meaning it's inevitable. I mean, it's gonna happen. There's nothing that we can do that can stop it. So I think this chapter is really good, talking about that all of God's, whatever He does, it's perfect for His plan, and there's a reason that He does it, and that there's a time for everything. So even though there may be low points in our lives, God had that planned out for us, so that in the long run it can pay off for what we go through, because everything that He does is perfect and it has a plan. So I think that is a big part of this chapter. There's just a lot about what God planned, and that it's just a lot of inevitable stuff that He has for us, but it's not, a lot of it may seem in the moment tough for us, but there's also a time for happiness, and one day we're gonna die, but we'll be with Him, and we'll know that the stuff that He put us through was perfect for that time, that He always had a plan for the future.